Hey y'all! Pokemon Crystal using only one Larvitar was just shy of difficult, and this week is sure to be incalculably fun. I'm gonna try to beat Pokemon Red using only one Omanyte. As usual, the rules are we can only use Omanyte in battle, and I can't use any items in battle. By the way, if you like this kind of content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and check out more of these videos on my channel. Omanyte is a rock and water type Pokemon that is one of the 3 that you receive in this game by reviving a fossil at Cinnabar Island. We've already used the other 2, Aerodactyl and Kabuto, in previous runs, so I'm excited to see how Lord Helix will stack up. And to be frank, I'm a Kabuto apologist all the way, and even though I don't usually show the footage, I always pick the Dome Fossil when traveling through Mount Moon. The only credit I'll give Omanyte is that it has a unique design, with its Nautilus shell resembling a Fibonacci sequence. Speaking of math, Omanyte's base stats are lopsided like a Gaussian distribution, but also pretty good for a first form Pokemon. In the middle are its highest stats, 100 defense and 90 special, and on the outer edges are the lowest, 35 HP, 40 attack, and 35 speed. That speed and HP are gonna make things pretty tricky, but at least the move pool's good. Surf and Ice Beam make for really great coverage, and my longtime viewers already know how important Withdrawal will be. Overall, I think Omanyte looks pretty average, but I would never say it to his face. After all, that would be mean. Alright, it's math jokes, y'all. Let's do this. Off at Professor Oak's lab, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Omanyte so that a rival will pick Bulbasaur. By the end of the run, the rival's Venusaur will know Razor Leaf, a move that will always critical hit, and especially when you consider that we're double weak to grass, this will be the most difficult starter to handle. Omanyte is a cute little squid with a mathematical shell, so I nickname ours Squibonacci. Omanyte starts off with Water Gun and Withdraw. The rival Bubs' Bulbasaur resists our Water Gun, but no need to worry, we're still easily able to win this battle thanks to the fact that we're a rock type that resists Tackle. But as soon as the rival starts to learn grass moves, yeah, things are gonna change drastically. Or as I like to call it, Bubs' bulb beats our butt. But in the meantime, we have one of the most relaxing encounters with Brock in the history of these runs, baby. Do I sound chill? That's because I'm letting all the good vibes wash over me. And speaking of washing, Omanyte's Water Gun completely sweeps Brock's rocks like it's nobody's business. And good golly, Miss Molly, I love any time we get through Brock without having to grind a metric butt ton. What I'm trying to say is, it's the first time in a long time we got the right answer. Didn't even have to show our work. Despite having an Omanyte in my party, I always grab the Dome Fossil during these challenges. I always have, and I always will. Is it just that I'm a Helix hater? No, I just like getting the Dome. Okay, whoa. Okay, that joke was a little too odd. Even I know better. After traversing Mount Moon, I make it to Cerulean City and take on the rival Bubs once again, but this time he is much harder than before. Not only does Bulbasaur now have the grass-type move Vine Whip, but Bubs' Pidgeotto also likes to spam Sand Attack to lower our accuracy. Luckily, I have a solution to both of these problems, although it required several resets to pull off. First, gotta somehow get past the Pidgeotto, and then we can maximize our defense against the Abra. Might as well to reduce the damage of Rattatas' attacks, and then we click Bide against the Bulbasaur, and pray for a single Vine Whip and nothing else. Bide cannot miss, so like 10 fingers, you can count on it to hit. I can't quite beat Misty yet, so I head to the SS Sand for another battle with the rival Bubs. And on the ship, I picked up the TM for Body Slam and taught it to Omanyte. We may have really low attack, but being able to paralyze opponents is really nice. Plus, it will do more damage to Misty's Water-type Pokemon. It's also important to note that we can use Withdrawal against Eradicate here to badge boost our attack since we resist its moves and are also raising our defense. We'll circle back to badge boost in a second, but for now, you can see that it helps to do more damage to Bubs' Ivysaur, and that's always a good thing. I think we're finally strong enough to defeat Misty, so I backtrack to the Cerulean City gym. Misty's wearing a bikini, although it's hard to tell from the low detail graphics. I mean, who knows? It might just be an algae bra? I make sure to use withdraw 3 times to badge boost our attack, because in this game, anytime your stats are modified in battle, the stat boosts given from your badges are reapplied. Since we have the boulder badge, using withdraw raises our defense, but also badge boosts our attack, making body slam almost a 2-hit KO on the Starmie. Withdraw will actually be a very good move for the rest of this run, if you cone believe it. Now that we can use cut outside of battle, it's time to take on Lieutenant Surge at the Vermilion City Gym, but this is easier said than done. I tried badge boosting against the Voltorb, but that's dangerous since Voltorb can do 20 HP with Sonic Boom. It also doesn't help that we level up before the Pikachu, and leveling up resets our badge boosts. After that, the Raichu annihilates us with Thunderbolt, so gotta keep trying this one. Oh, seriously, did we just seriously lose to Surge? Something's not adding up. Raichu also has a chance to use Thunder Shock instead, and 2 of those are slightly weaker than a single Thunderbolt, allowing us to clap those electric cheeks and win ourselves the Thunder Badge. And I can't believe Lieutenant Surge actually gave us trouble for once. Nothing about this is regular, and something has definitely gone wrong. After crawling through the darkened rock tunnel, I arrive in Lavender Town to take on the rival Bubs in the Pokemon Tower. I made a short detour to the Celadon City department store to grab the TM for Ice Beam, one of the best moves that we'll get in this game. It helps to cover our weakness to grass Pokemon, plus it's neutral against the Gyarados. I mean, so is Body Slam, but our special is much higher, so Ice Beam is almost always better. Plus, it has a 10% chance to freeze, and since Pokemon cannot thaw in this game, it makes setting up withdrawals completely free. None of that matters though when we're so slow that despite our higher level, the Ivysaur still outspeeds and crushes us with Vine Whip. Yay. Okay. Alright, let me just look around here somewhere. It's somewhere around. Oh, there it is. Yep, got my Game Shark. Just gonna hack in some rare candies real quick. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, it's a joke. It's not real. And to any naysayers in the comments, you better watch what you say, because you can say many things about me. But when you accuse me of plotting, that's where I draw the line. This battle really took a toll on me. I had to reset this so many times before we actually won. I even bought a few vitamins in the Celadon City department store just to boost our special stat. Vitamins are important if you want your baby to grow up big and strong, so try some Gerber's Quadratic Formula. We finally get to the Ivysaur with much more health than usual thanks to some extra Hydro Pump misses, and this time we're able to tank a Vine Whip, and it turns out that Ice Beam was actually a 1-hit KO on the Ivysaur. And thank God! This battle went on longer than the digits of pi, and I almost lost my mind. This challenge is driving me crazy. There's no way to beat Eric just yet, even with Ice Beam, so instead I head to the Team Rocket hideout in the Celadon City Game Corner to defeat Giovanni to get the Sylph Scope. Giovanni is basically Brock Redux, so it should surprise no one that we're able to defeat him on the first try and without trying all that hard really. Bubble Beam creams Giovanni's Dream Team, and if I rhyme anymore, I think I may scream. Sorry, went off on a bit of a tangent. Now it's time to take on Koga at the Fuchsia City Gym. And beforehand, I picked up the HM for Surf from the Safari Zone and taught it to Omanyte. It is a significant upgrade to Bubble Beam, and it's even able to 1-hit KO both of Koga's Coughings. It won't do the same for Muck and Wheezing, but since our rock typing resists both poison and normal, I decide my best option is to boost defense using Withdraw and hope for Wheezing to self-destruct. And this lets us win the battle very easily. So in the meantime, I'll make another dad joke. Have you heard the one about the statistician? Probably. After beating Koga, it's time for yet another rival battle with Bubs in the Sylph Company building in Saffron City. And this battle was really tough. I really need badge boost for Body Slam in this battle, mostly so we can deal physical damage to Alakazam, who has otherwise godly special. But the best place to do it is against the Pidgeot, which likes to spam Sand Attack. Okay, that lowers our accuracy, and that is super annoying since it makes each attempt at this battle wildly unpredictable. I made sure to manipulate our experience so that we wouldn't level up before the Venusaur, that way we'll outspeed, and with all of our badge boosts from Koga's badge, Well, doesn't help when you keep missing your moves, but it does help when Bubs keeps going for Leech Seed. Should Bubs have just attacked me for the win? Cylinder. And after beating Bubs, I'm actually really worried about the battle with Giovanni. I'm just kidding. And no, that's not a lie. It's just a little Fibonacci. Surf does massive damage to all of Giovanni's Pokemon, but I don't want to be outsped and paralyzed by Nidoqueen's Body Slam, so I make sure to badge boost our speed with Withdraw. However, we not only level up before the Nidoqueen to lose our badge boost, but we even get a Gen 1 miss on Surf. But Giovanni doesn't actually attack us anyways though, so we win. Since we're already in town, I decided to try to take on the Psychic Gym leader Sabrina at the Saffron City Gym. I'm just trying to get a good idea of exactly how far behind we are, and I'm not expecting you to do all that well. And I'm more than ready to surf off to Cinnabar Island to beat Blaine for the Volcano badge, which would allow us to badge boost our special. But Sabrina makes a handful of big oopsies that actually allow us to win. I badge boosted against Mr. Mime to try to increase Body Slam's damage for the Alakazam, but Body Slam doesn't even knock out the Venomoth, who very fortunately misses a Stun Spore. And at this point, we're already super low on health, but rather than finish us off, Alakazam sets up Reflect, and a Clutch Paralysis lets us win the battle. Wow, that was a nice little surprise. I wasn't expecting a first try victory to surface, so I'm glad we were in the area. Well, I guess it's time to head to the Cinnabar Island Gym to take on the Fire Leader Blaine for yet another first try victory. And it shouldn't be a surprise though, since we have Surf, High Special, and we double resist Fire. Surf 1-hit KOs all of Blaine's Pokemon, besides the Arcanine. But even had it gone for Fire Blast, we were never in any trouble. Blaine never even came close to winning, or as I like to call it, asymptotal destruction. Before I can take on Giovanni for our final gym badge though, I have to head back to the Celadon City Gym to finally take on Erica, the Grass Gym leader. And in the face of Victory Bell's Razor Leaf, Omanyte was too slow and too weak to win this battle before, but now things have changed. With our higher level and the speed boost from Koga's badge, Ice Beam is able to one-hit KO Erica's entire team, completely wilting all of her crops. And hold on, it's not like I'm against crops and farming in general. Hey, in fact, I'm pro-tractor. Now it's time for the final showdown with Giovanni for our final gym badge, and this battle was super easy. Withdraw now badge boosts our attack, special, and speed, so accumulating withdrawals against the Rhyhorn is like a slap in Giovanni's face. We could have probably beaten him without it, but it's nice to rub salt in the wound anyways. I guess technically Dugtrio's Dig could have gone first and critical hit to knock us out, but that's all speculation and conjecture. There's no proof that would have happened. The fact of the matter is, Giovanni is a bowling pin-shaped bozo. And you know what? I probably shouldn't joke about someone's shape. Alright, from now on, it's a ceasefire. Or as I like to call it, a geometreaty. Before we can take on the Elite Four, we have to battle the rival Bubs once again. And this one was actually really frustrating. I can't just set up withdrawals against the Pidgeot and go to town because I will level up and lose all of our badge boosts before the Venusaur. And even if I use a rare candy to reset our experience to the absolute minimum possible, it's gonna happen anyways. So what I have to do is brute force our way through the Gyarados until we level up, and then we can set up badge boosts against the Growlithe. Still, this is easier said than done, since Gyarados' Hydro Pump does a lot of damage, and then even with badge boost, we don't outspeed the Alakazam. So we're up to Bubs' whim as to whether or not he actually wants to use a damaging move to finish us off. The good news is that we do still outspeed the Venusaur, and with badge boost to special as well, Ice Beam one-hit KOs the dastardly Grasshole. I really struggled with this one at first, but it looks like as soon as I relaxed and stopped stressing, I finally hit my natural logarithm. Alright, it's time to take on the Elite Four, and I think we're pretty well rounded, but first, Sphere are the stats and moves. Our defense and special are awesome, but as always, our pitiful speed and HP are probably going to hold us back. But the moveset more than makes up for it. I was considering replacing Body Slam with Blizzard, but I decided to keep it for now. After all, the 30% chance to paralyze can really come in clutch and bail us out of some tight spots. Up first is Lorelei, one of the hardest Elite Four members for Omanyte to defeat. That's not because she can hit us for super effective damage, but more so because she resists our best attacks. Dugong is programmed to always go for rest against Omanyte, so there's no reason not to set up withdraws, but even with the badge boost to special, you can see how little our attacks are actually doing. I used Surf against the Cloister, despite it double resisting water, because its special is so much lower than its defense, which is actually the highest in the entire game. And Slowbro is just generally a bulky tank that takes a few extra hits to go down, and while Jinx survives a Surf just barely, it wastes its turn going for a pointless super potion. The Lapras is the real final boss on the matter, since it takes multiple hits to take it down, and it hits us multiple times with Hydro Pump, and we just barely survive to finish the battle. Man, that was close. That battle was way too stressful. It was just like 20%, in that it was 2 tenths. With Lorelei defeated, it's time to take on Bruno. I mean, are you really gonna make me say it? Bruno sucks. I didn't even restore a PP on Surf, so that's how you know he's bad. I set up withdrawals against the Onix, which doesn't even really matter that much for badge boosts since we'll level up during the battle anyways. Our Surfs and Ice Beams do enough damage already, but the extra defense is a nice assurance in case Machamp goes for submission. Then again, it's just 2 Surfs to wash away the Machamp, even without badge boosts. And speaking of Surfs, Bruno should probably just call it quits and retire from the Pokemon League. He could enjoy catching some sunny rays by the ocean waves. At least then he'd be a tangent. Now it's time for the Elite Four member Agatha, who loves to grind my gears. I make sure to adjust my PP and then use a couple of rare candies to reset our experience so we don't level up during the battle. We definitely need badge boosts in order to outpace Agatha's Pokemon in terms of damage, but that's easier said than done. She spams Hypnosis, Dream Eater, and Nightshade, all of which dunk on us pretty hard. Plus, her Golbat likes to switch in and out and remove all of our boosts with Haze. Agatha is such a jerk. And if she's trying to trig me, I cannot co-sign that. I had to retry this one a ton of times before I finally got it right. Through sheer perseverance and dumb luck, I managed to get all 6 withdrawals set up and knock out the Golbat before it can haze away our boosts. And unlike many other videos of mine, where even a fully badge boosted Pokemon struggles to do damage to Agatha's specially bulky Pokemon, Omanyte actually proceeds to one-hit KO all of her Pokemon, besides the final Gengar. And that's actually a problem because it somehow is still faster, I guess thanks to our low speed, and survives Surf. But it goes for Dream Eater and Toxic, and we knock it out. Well, thank God we're done with her. You know, they say that the number of Agatha's friends is the same as the square root of -1. Imaginary. Next up is the final Elite Four member, Lance the Dragon Master. It's the same strategy as before, where we gotta set up withdrawals for badge boost. But that's honestly more for the speed than the special attack. Our special's already good enough, but we are slow as molasses. Still, I have to set up against the Gyarados, since the Dragonairs have Dragon Rage, which do 40 HP each time, but the Gyarados also has Hydro Pump, so I have a nervous feeling that this is gonna take forever. As if this battle is 12 inches, because surely something is afoot. It's a simple strategy though. Reset about a bajillion times until Hydro Pump misses enough to let us set up enough withdrawals to blast through Lance's team. Psych! I just fished for a freeze with Ice Beam. Yeah, it's a slightly lower chance than Gyarados missing 6 consecutive Hydro Pumps, but each reset takes way less time this way. So if I don't get the freeze on the first turn, I just reset. With a freeze though, there's no stopping us now. We're still not faster than the Aerodactyl, but it just misses a Pooper Sonic, and we continue to sweep the beeps. So all we needed to win was a freeze on the Gyarados, and I prayed for a freeze, and those prayers were rewarded. And you see, faith is a lot like exponents. It's all about believing in a higher power. Finally, it's time to take on the champion, our rival Bubs. We're at a decently low level for this battle, so I thought maybe we could win right now, but no, it just wasn't possible. We had to level up. I tried a few rare candies, both for strength and to reset our experience for the badge boost, and things are looking pretty hopeful as we set up all of our withdrawals against the Pidgeot, who even while hitting us with Sky Attacks, the strongest flying move in the game, doesn't do much damage at all. Alakazam survives a Body Slam, but goes down after wasting its time going for a Reflect. Bubs' Arcanine and Rhydon are both a 1-hit KO, and we get a pretty nifty freeze on the Gyarados. Although, Ice Beam's a 2-hit KO anyways, so it's really not that big of a deal. The real problem is that we level up right before the Venusaur and lose all of our badge boosts, making this whole process like the corners of a circle. Completely pointless. I tried this so many times at various levels, but we just keep leveling up and Venusaur keeps thwapping us with Mega Drain and or Razor Leaf. Woohoo! Love that! Even after using the last of our rare candies, we still can't avoid leveling up before the Venusaur. So I'm considering leveling up outside of the Elite Four and then going back through when Venusaur gives us the chance to finish it off by going for the 2-turn Solar Beam. Looks like Bubs is his own worst enemy after all. Well, it's just like my grandpappy used to tell me. There are 3 kinds of people in this world. Those who get in the way of their own success, and those who can count. And with that, the challenge is over! Going into this run, I was worried Omanyte would struggle. It has super low HP and speed and a double weakness to grass, but the great move pool and that exceptional special stat helped it to be one of the best Pokemon I've actually used in these runs. I guess what I'm trying to say is, besides a few factors, Omanyte really is a prime Pokemon. As always, I want to thank you all for making it to the end of this video. These videos are a lot of fun, but also a lot of work, so I really do appreciate it. There's a playlist on my channel where you can check out the rest of my Pokemon challenge videos if you want to see those as well. And if you'd like this kind of content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you'll know right away the next time one of these episodes is uploaded. And if you want early access to these videos and to have your name listed in the credits, consider becoming a member or joining on Patreon. And let me know in the comments what other Pokemon you want to see, and I'll probably do it. Next week, and this may surprise you, will be my 100th Pokemon Challenge video. So I'm doing something extra special by trying to beat Pokemon Red using only one Abra. Alright, I'll calc you later. So until next time,